This is going to be your weekly relationship tarot and oracle reading. If it's meant for you, it's meant for you. We're going to be taking a look at the energies you may have been experiencing throughout the week, how you're feeling currently, and a sneak peek at the upcoming days. Now, this reading is intended for your deep soul connections, your inner masculine and feminine energies. Take it as it resonates. So as I'm sitting down to film this, I look out my window and it's so foggy and it's rainy. And it's funny because like the rain is clearing out the snow that we recently got. So it's like a cleansing almost. And of course, we just had the full moon in Leo last night. And that energy is so intense because it's really bringing so many emotions to the surface. So I'm really curious in the comments for you to let me know how you're feeling. What's the vibe within yourself, within your connection? You know, we have some very interesting astrology for this weekend, very spicy in a lot of ways. Now, spicy can be taken in many different directions, but, you know, there is a Mercury-Mars conjunction where you're going to find that, you know, conversations may come to the surface, feelings may come to the surface, actually discussing the things that have been on your heart and your mind. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it all comes down to how you do it. You know, this is a topic that's come up for me a little bit lately, and that is it's okay to express an opinion. It's okay to want to talk about something, but there is a way in which to handle it. And the delivery is what matters, okay? Because, you know, in regards to conflict, if one person goes about it very aggressively and, you know, pushy per se, right? I don't know if that's the example, but yeah, maybe pushy. Then what does it do to the other person? It just gets their back up. And then so on and so forth. And you know that that kind of exchange never really goes well. So essentially, my advice would be to really sort of think before you speak. So I got a kitty cat playing in the background with a new toy. So, you know, maybe it's good to just get things to the surface. And maybe sometimes you need a little tension to have some flow. You know, I guess there's not anything wrong with, you know, blurting some things out or getting some things going, but please be mindful of how you communicate, okay, especially in the coming days. Now, let's take a look at the connection between you and your person. We're going to take a look at what's in your headspace, your person's headspace, your heart space, their heart space, overall energy and underlying energy. And of course, feel free to swap sides if it makes more sense. Oh, I'm dropping all the cards. So we have a lot of things coming out today. I want to talk about the overall messages first. And I did just get a brand new deck. Actually, I got 3 brand new decks that I'm going to use for the overall messages. And this one is called Healing Heart Shadows. And let's kind of see what you need to know. Healing. There you go. The deck is called Healing Heart Shadows. We got the healing card. Resolving painful feelings, putting aside animosity, wishing each other well. Whatever is the conversation or whatever is the topic right now, you know, we want to go about it in the best way possible, like I just said. Okay? And let's take a look. This one is the Divine Compass. Oh, honest echoes. Listen to the whispers of your heart, for you know the whole truth. Unwavering faith, it says. I've been really impressed by these cards. I've ordered like, I think I've ordered like 6 decks from this this Etsy shop. It's Midnight Oracle, in case anybody's wondering. This one is called Sacred Soul Portals. Downloads. Look out for messages and signs from spirit. Sit quietly and receive the answers. Interesting. Interesting. You know what image I'm getting? It's almost like when I see that description, look out for messages and signs from spirit, sit quietly and receive the answers. You know, I'm thinking about this volatile energy of, you know, this back and forth, you know, this Leo energy, or, you know, discussion of feelings or whatever it is, whatever's coming to the surface, as almost like throwing a grenade out there, you know, and like running for the hills and like waiting to see what happens, you know. Not that I wish for anybody to legit throw a grenade, but you know where I'm coming from here. I want you to, you know, take these downloads and process them a little bit, you know, so that you get some answers and then have that conversation or that deep conversation. Okay, so let's use the Before Tarot to look at what's going on, or what was going on in the energies leading up to today. So let's take a look. Okay, so in your headspace, we have here the Two of Wands. Two of Wands is saying you need to leave your comfort zone a little bit here, right? This may be embarking on a new journey of some kind. This could be traveling, like literal travel. And you had this card, I believe, last week. So again, we're getting a continuation here. And that is the Four of Pentacles, which is a bit of this holding back. It's like all or nothing. Extremes of giving your time, love, or money. So I would just say be very careful with yourself if you're holding back. Like if you're not speaking your truth, you know, then you might want to consider what could you speak? Even if it's a small thing, what could you do? What small step could you take? And in your person's headspace, you have here the Nine of Wands. I'm not surprised because it's kind of the same story every week, just, you know, it shifts a little bit, right? Your person is wounded. I mean, we all are to some extent. You know, I'd be lying if I said we're not. You know, nobody's perfect is what I'm trying to say. And there's that Queen of Pentacles again, where there's the offering of the coin, you know, the snake. And we all know the card that we had from that one particular deck, which is Enjoy the Waiting Game, the wood snake. And, you know, Queen of Pentacles here is about stability. I really feel like your person wants to offer you stability. Masculine energy wants to provide and give. Now remember, we're not talking about gender here. We're talking about energy because we all have masculine and feminine energies within us. Now, let's take a look in your heart space. And there is the Six of Wands. You know, Six of Wands is public recognition and victory. You're on your way. And I believe we've had that card many times too. You know, there's that King of Wands again. That King of Wands energy is saying, we got to make moves. This is about purpose and passion. And if you want that victory, you got to make the moves. You know, I said it in the reading yesterday. If you watched my Pick a Card reading on YouTube, it had this card that said, make your path. You know, forge a new path. Excuse me, now my throat is being funny, and maybe that means we need to speak up, or maybe somebody needs to say something. But this is the same thing. How can anything come to you if you're not forging a path or you're not making your own way? If you're waiting on someone else, you know, you're making your life contingent on someone else searching their soul or whatever it is, you're going to sit and wait, you know? And by the way, as I'm sitting here looking at these three cards, if you want me to do a Pick a Card love reading with this deck, I'm happy to do that. I think that'd be actually kind of fun. Spontaneous side note there. Okay, let's take a look at your person's heart space here. Okay, King of Swords. They need to make a decision. They need to be logical. They need to forge a path as well, right? And that's what they're doing. They're tending to their garden. You know, there is worry and anxiety about this, but actually I think it's more your worry and anxiety. I'm not saying that they don't, but like your anxiety and worry is when are they ready? When is this? When will they reach out to me? When will we be together? And that energy doesn't bring it to you any quicker. What brings good things to you is you forging your own path, making your own luck, so to speak. Okay. Let me actually just pull these down a little bit because I like seeing those messages from the other cards. Now, granted, I am going to cover them up a little bit here. The overall energy is the Seven of Cups. And the Seven of Cups, you might be having very vivid dreams. I'm sure you are, because this full moon has been really intense. And it also indicates needing to make a decision. And there could be some spying or observing that's been happening the last few days. And you got to be careful with that. I talk about it all the time. It doesn't help you. Doesn't help them either. I'd rather them be watching you than you be watching them, to be honest with you, you know. Now, the Knight of Pentacles here is trusting the process. I know that's not easy for anybody. We giggle, we roll our eyes, you know, trust the process, Kelly, as I always say. That's not how it was said to me, but how I felt in the moment when it was said to me, you know. But we do need to trust the process and stop this overthinking. This Eight of Swords is the illusion of mental entrapment, and honestly, it does nothing for us. Zero, other than create more worry and create more confusion and more problems. Now let's take a look now at the current energies. Ace of Wands, spark, passion, purpose, new beginnings, because aces are a start to something. Justice, equal giving and receiving. This is what you want. You want equal giving and receiving. This is not about you overgiving over here. It's not your job to overgive and be everything to everyone. Your duty is to yourself. You are number one. I said that in many of my videos this past week. Now, in your person's headspace currently, Queen of Cups, they need to trust their intuition. And here's the thing. They also need to stop overgiving. And you might say to yourself, yeah, but I'd love for them to give to me. They can overgive to me. And I beg to differ on that. Because if somebody came along and said to you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I want to give, you would be like, I'm sorry, what? Excusez-moi? Pardon? You would say, why do you want to overgive to me? What did I do to deserve that? You may not even feel worthy of it. So if you've never thought about that, understand that that's probably how your person feels when you're overgiving to them. So even if you're sitting here saying, well, my person's not giving to me. Okay, well, they're probably overgiving to everybody else. And that's the problem as why they don't have the capacity to give to you, right? So in other words, the Queen of Cups is a card that says trust your intuition, right? Follow your heart, being heart-centered. And being heart-centered does not necessarily mean romantically. It means like really listening to the guidance of your heart to push you forward. And let's see what else. We're getting a lot of King and Queen energy, which I do really like. I see Queen of Pentacles, my point exactly. They're working on their stability. The Queen of Pentacles loves her family and home. She likes nice things, but she's also generous. I feel like what's going on with your person right now is they're in this energy of trying to distinguish between the two. You know, they want to be in this kind of energy. You know, they want to give to you, have the capacity to give to you. They see you as the Queen of Pentacles because it's obvious. You know, we had it in the before tarot and now we have it currently. At the same time, there is this element of overgiving and the need to make boundaries. I just want to remind you of something. Whatever you want your person to do, like if I say to you right now, what do you want your person to do to make this all better? I want you to turn that around on yourself because more than likely you need to do the exact same thing. If you want them to be more open and honest, you need to be more open and honest. You might have perceived openness versus true openness. You know, because if you're really open, you're not trying to control the outcome. You're not putting all your eggs in one basket. You're saying, you know what? I would love to have this or better. And you're open to whatever is better, even if it's someone else. But essentially, I feel like your person is kind of in this trying to figure out which energy to be in. And there you go. In your heart space, you have the Empress, which is birthing a whole new cycle. Look at this beautiful imagery here. It's creativity. It's feminine energy. It's nurturing. And there's the Fool. You're getting ready to trust and take a leap of faith, whatever that means for you. And in your person's heart space, there you go. There you go. They're arriving. They're in the process of arrival. Yeah, it's slow. It's slow. Gosh, he's not even on the horse. He's walking leisurely, having a good time. We need to take a page out of their book, believe it or not. Believe it or not. Can you stand back and admire for a moment that they have the ability to be selfish and to focus on whatever they need to focus on? You know, I've thought about this many times. Like, really, take a page out of their book, because sometimes we wonder, how are they able to detach themselves? You know, how are, like, speaking of, by the way, King of Swords over here underneath, how is it that someone can be so detached and show a poker face, you know, where people say, did they really love me? Did they really care about me? Of course they do. Of course they do. Of course they do. But when someone doesn't have the capacity to give, they push away anything that could get in the way of whatever they need to do. Now, that's not saying that they will go and make the progress. We hope that they make the progress. But at least they make that boundary. Isn't that interesting how they can make that boundary, but not other ones necessarily? I digress. But they're in the process of arrival. Okay? And the Eight of Wands, well, they're going to shoot their shot. They're going to shoot their shot. When they're ready, they're going to come and get it. Okay, overall energy. Oh, the Four of Wands, new beginnings, 11-11. Of course, of course. Now we've seen 4-4 in this reading, 8-8. There's work to do. But I said this in a reading, I believe in the Pick a Card reading the other day, that you got to work smart, not hard. Don't try to push and overdo and, you know, I'm doing this, and this for my healing. That's wonderful. You want to heal, and it's wonderful you want to grow and change, whatever. But overdoing it is not going to help you either. It's going to try to force the healing. And you can't force anything. You can't force love. You can't force healing. You can't force time. You can't force people. People are going to do what they think and feel is best, regardless of whatever you say. Whatever you say, they're going to do whatever they want to do. You know? And so we need a little bit less resistance in this world. Now, underlying energy is the Three of Cups. Three of Cups, it really is a card of celebration. And based on these cards, I see it as a card of celebration. Sometimes I will say Three of Cups can be interference. And if there is interference in your life, and the reason why I say interference, because, you know, two's company, three's a crowd. But if there is interference, then you have to take yourself out of the equation of interference. Don't engage in situations where there's too many chefs in the kitchen. Don't frustrate yourself. Don't put yourself in a position where you're at everybody else's mercy. It's your mind, it's your body, it's your soul. And the Hierophant, we're taking the methodical steps to get to the top. Top of the cake, if you know the cake analogy, top of the stairs, whatever it is, top of the mountain. It's really beautiful energy. It's Taurus energy. It's very slow and methodical, just like the Knight of Pentacles. It's Taurus energy too. It's slow like molasses. However, in the Knight of Pentacles, there's also a kick of Aries energy in there that says at the right time, they're going to kick it up into high gear and they're going to make it known and you won't even see it coming. It's been so long. You've been so patient. But I remind you, patience is not waiting, that you're not going to see it coming. You're going to get that knock at the door. You're going to get that ding on your phone, that call that comes through when you least expect it. And then you have to decide whether you actually want it or not. And you think you do, but you have no idea till you cross that bridge. I always say, I don't know what I'm going to have for dinner until in 2068. How could I possibly know what I'm going to say or feel or do in that moment when you get the call? Okay, so let's see what's in the after tarot. So this is the coming energies. I don't know what my kitty cat's doing in the background. Please excuse me. Look at the Hierophant. Like, can you make that up? The Hierophant. There's that commitment. There's that learning. Oh, come on now. You know, I just love doing this. This is why I love what I do. You know, every week, Eight of Wands, manifestation, shooting your shot. Guess what's happening over here? Shooting your shot. Communication coming in. There's that call. The call is coming. Now, don't say when, Kelly. When. Don't live your life in the when. I'm sharing this with you so that you can understand the bigger picture. But don't try to control every little detail in the moment. Even if you know something's coming, it's okay to have that feeling, to have that hope. But you can't, put all your eggs in one basket. You can't go, trying to control it. Just let it come in whenever it does. Your person's head's, oh, come on. I don't know why I get so shocked. Honestly, it's just beautiful when these things come on. Three of Cups, celebration. Celebrate good times. Three of Wands. You know how beautiful this is? The Three of Wands is saying, I don't chase, I only attract. This is attracting in beautiful things. 3-3 could be an angel number you're seeing. I mentioned that actually in the Pick a Card reading the other day. Maybe 3 is important. Pick a card, 3 decks, I don't know. Again, maybe I should do a Pick a Card love reading as an extended of this. Let me know if you want that. But look at this. Ships are coming in. That's basically what that is. The ships are coming in. Because this is the after tarot. In the original depiction, it'd be like waiting for your ships to come in, attracting things in, and here it is. It's like it's coming. Now, in your heart space, you've got the Ten of Pentacles, tangible fulfillment, having everything. You know, your home, your family, your pentacles all in order. You're not feeling left out in the cold anymore. And I think we had that last week as well. It's like this feeling of, I'm packing my bags up here. I'm not sitting out here in the cold anymore. I'm done. This is where you say, I've had enough. Bye-bye. Old energy, old story. Are you in the old? Are you in the new? I'm in the new. I don't know about you, but I'm in the new. Right? That's what you're saying to everybody. Now, in your person's heart space, oh, how beautiful. There's the Two of Cups. There's that embrace and there's that love. Wheel of Fortune, growth, expansion, good luck, 10-10. Overall energy. You know what we had at the very beginning, right? The illusion of mental entrapment. I told you, stop overthinking. It's not going to help you. And look at this. This is like unraveling the bandages here, the ties. Oh, full circle. First card, or one of the first cards you had was Six of Wands, public recognition and victory. What is 6-6? Equal giving and receiving in balance. It's victory. Underlying energy, Page of Cups. Believe in miracles. Early stages of something new and exciting. Page of Swords. This person isn't spying or observing anymore. Funny, we had the Page of Swords earlier. And by the way, guess what? Pages, right? Page. Oh, you can't see it. Sorry. Page. I don't know why I felt the need to show that so detailed. They're messengers. The messengers. We've talked about the communication coming in, the ships coming in, the victory, the celebration. We don't know when. We don't know how. We don't know where. We don't know why. Don't worry about those things and let everything unfold exactly the way that it's supposed to. Something tells me maybe I need to take a Romance Angels card here. Let your friends help you. Now, here's the thing. I'm your friend. Let me help you. Be careful with energy, because I think this is a side note that I had to say in this reading. Sometimes friends and family will not give you the best advice because they don't understand energy and they don't understand deep soul connections. So if you need support, ask for it, but ask for it in the right ways, to the right places. Because sometimes there are people who will give you the wrong advice, or they will tell you whatever you want to hear. I will always tell you the truth because I want you to have the best. So if this is a sign for you to reach out, okay. Finances and career. You know, I meant to say something earlier as well, again, about the stability. Your person wants to feel like they can provide and give to this connection. Masculine energy is giving and providing and problem solving and doing. And when they got to get stuff done, they got to get stuff done. And so financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So just keep that in the back of your mind. And you may say, yeah, but I'm financially secure. I don't care what that person makes or what they do for a living. And I know, I believe you. I know you don't mind. The issue is that they mind. They may not feel secure in what they can give to you. So let's get a power of surrender card for each side here. On your side, what do you need to surrender or surrender to? There you go. Surrender your ego. Cultivate gratitude, be of service to others, and come from your heart. We talked about this being heart-centered. A big ego can work against you, but humility will further your goals. And ego is basically fear, coming from a place of fear. We need to take the mask off and not be afraid. If we only knew what was on the other side of fear. And interesting, surrender your desire to control people. Being over-controlling can sabotage relationships. To more effectively achieve your goals, back off, regroup, and give the situation some breathing room. You know, I'm going to say something bold here. Although I agree that this can be, you know, for you on this side, I think this one is on this side. I really do. I think both people, and maybe this is for your own inner masculine and feminine energies. Maybe this reading is for you solely. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. But I actually think that this is more over here. And maybe this is more over here. Like I said, you can swap both sides. It's up to you. Take it as it resonates. I really hope this did resonate with you. Please let me know in the comments. If you'd like to do a personal reading with me, the link is in my bio. If you'd like a recorded reading with a private link to YouTube, I offer those as well. Thank you so much for your kindness and support, and I wish you an amazing day.